Hello and welcome to the weekly moon update. My name is Allison, the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the moon energy for the week of January 13th through the 19th. We have a full moon week. We're starting off the week with a full moon. So this big bang. However, this is a Cancer full moon. So this is about loving and caring and mothering energy, a very subtle, soft bang. So, because we have our full moon at the beginning of the week, we have a waning gibbous moon for the rest of the week. So, Cancer is ruled by the moon. So, this is like the moon's full moon. So, I really like to focus on dedicating myself to following the moon, to connecting to the moon, to connecting to the planet that we live on. So, in the Just a Phase Moon Planner, if you turn back to your Cancer section, you will find your Cancer new moon and your Cancer full moon. So in this section, we are dedicating ourselves to following the moon. You're also picking an element here if you choose to. So on the right-hand side of the page, you will either choose what is your power element? Where do you feel the most supported elementally? Or what's more prominent in your birth chart? Is it air, fire, water, or earth? And you'll find dedication, like a dedication to that element. Or if there's an element that you particularly feel like it inhibits you, there are suggestions there that kind of help you balance that energy. So if you are watching this live when it premieres on Sunday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you're watching this at another time throughout the week, there are always timestamps in the description box below for you to jump around to whatever time you are watching. And there are also oracle messages at the end of this video, and you can find that timestamp if that is what you prefer to jump to. So let's jump into this full moon in Cancer week. Okay, so as you can see, we have our full moon here. Technically, the moon will be 100% full at 5:26 p.m. Monday evening. So for those of you that are struggling to color in your moon phases, you start off with an empty moon here, or a full moon, and then you're going to put your sliver of light or crescent on the right hand side of the moon. Remember this, if it's waxing, the right is light. If the right is dark, then the energy is waning and decreasing. So this is a waning gibbous moon, and you're just going to make that crescent shape a little bit darker throughout the week until it's almost half full by the end of the week, because we'll have our first quarter moon on Tuesday. So we moved into Cancer energy almost at midnight on Saturday. So all day Sunday, we've been in Cancer energy. Sunday night, honestly, would be a good time to do whatever your full moon activity is. Or if you choose Monday, just keep in mind that again around midnight, the moon is going to be changing signs and will enter Leo early Tuesday morning around 4:12 a.m. So here on Sunday, we're already in Cancer energy. So if you've been trying to tune into the moon energy, you probably have already been feeling it. So Cancer energy is literally I think of Cancer energy as that feeling of, do you ever look up at the moon and you just feel I don't know, kind of safe and connected? And I don't know, looking up at the sky in general, looking up at the stars, like helps you gain perspective. It takes you out of this like mundane world and kind of reminds you that, hey, we're like literally on this rock floating through outer space. And there's just this kind of awe that comes with that, that I feel like kind of encapsulates mother energy. Because, like, I don't know, when we think of mothering energy or divine feminine, a lot of times we relate it to earth energy and Gaia and that being feeling of being held and protected, which is usually protection is usually regarded for masculine energy, but there is this like sense of safety and just like relief that you get from tapping into the divine feminine, the like softening that you feel, which I think is that feeling that you get when you look up at the moon and just like you let the world fall away and you're just gazing up at the sky and the vast and infinite sky, and it's just this feeling of like calm and peace, which I kind of feel like relates to Cancer energy or what or what mothering energy should feel like. So, this is why I like to do like a dedication to the moon ceremony or ritual around the Cancer full moon, because the Cancer full moon's always, sometimes we have it in December, but it's either in December or January. And it's just as we're starting this new year, like I want to commit to a year of following the moon. So it's just a nice time to do it. And I mean, a Cancer full moon is literally honoring the moon. And also like this like I don't know, I always think I think of when I think of like the perfect full moon, I think of it over the ocean and having that reflection of water and that connection, that push and that pull of the tides and the water. And I feel like we can really, with that visualization, you can really kind of start to tap into the flow of water within you and feel like really feel that connection of your heart and your blood and the moon and like a connection to all that is. So we'll be again in Cancer energy for all day of Monday. Then we'll move in. We're starting off Tuesday with Leo. So maybe that's why maybe that's why I decided to curl my hair today. It's because we're talking about Leo energy. So water energy is like about getting into the flow and the rhythm. And Leo and fire energy is about like tapping into that spark and that inspiration and that drive and that motivation and that the thing that like pushes you towards action. So a really wonderful energy for the middle of the week. Again, when we have a full moon and when we have gibbous energy, this is a lot of energy that we can tap into. We'll have our full moon in Leo next month, which I feel like a Leo full moon and or any of the fire moons really. I feel like Leo and Aries have a lot of power to them. So I feel like with a even with a waning gibbous Leo moon, we're really starting to kind of feel that power. So we'll be in Leo energy all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday. I do usually like recommend like wearing your favorite outfit, wearing something that like makes you feel confident on Leo days, because when you do feel confident, when you feel like you're looking your best, you tend to have a more positive outlook on things and you tend to encounter more positive situations. If we start out the day with a positive mindset, and then it's more likely to carry throughout the day. Um, we try anyways. So again, all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday. The transitions are happening. Whoops, almost this time a little bit earlier, almost to midnight, 11:09 p.m. And then a little bit longer of a transition. We won't move into Virgo until around noon on Thursday. So Leo is about like that excitement and that courage and that strength. And then Virgo is like, okay, but we have to like do things in a specific order. We have to do this and then we have to do this, and like makes the plan and makes the steps and moves the things around so that it's going to work out. And closing out the week with Thursday and Friday in Virgo kind of feels like, like kind of prepping for Monday, like closing out your work week with getting things ready and getting things prepared for the next work day. This way, if you're organized on Thursday and Friday, preparing for Monday, then you're able to head into the weekend and like truly enjoy it without thinking like, oh, did I set that reminder? Did I schedule that meeting? Did I turn in that form? Did I print the thing? Like doing like little things like that. Virgo's so good at like doing little things like that so that like when you get to work on Monday, you're like, I'm so glad past me did that thing. And then we'll move into Libra for the weekend. We'll be in Virgo energy on Saturday too. Won't move into Libra until 10:30 Saturday night. So Libra comes in after Virgo has organized everything. And Virgo's like sometimes like it's an earth sign, but sometimes it's like stuck in the head thinking of like planning all these things ahead. And oftentimes, like when you're like so focused on like one specific detail and perfecting the thing, Virgo is like that perfectionism energy. Sometimes you forget things, sometimes you forget important things. So Libra comes in after that to be like, hey, we forgot about this thing. We need to take care of it. I use Libra days to just take care of anything that I've been neglecting. If probably this week on a Sunday, like I was in such a good like reading schedule over the summer, and now I've been in like a reading slump. So like a Libra day for me would be a good day to like set aside like an hour. I'm going to set a timer for an hour and I'm going to read fiction, and I'm going to go away to a faraway fantasy land and just do that for an hour. Or it can just be like if you've been neglecting like that it's the beginning of the year, so we got to get our finances in order and our taxes in order and our bookkeeping in order. So that's something that like I tend to neglect. So I will on Libra days in between January and March, I'm like, okay, you got to do that bookkeeping. You got to do that thing that you've been neglecting. You got to make that important call. You got to do that. You got to go to the dentist. Like you got to do that shit that like you've been avoiding and neglecting. Libra's like, hey, remember that thing? And the thing about Libra days, so waning Libra days are really good about like taking something off of your scales. Like if you have been neglecting something and neglecting something and neglecting something, and when we do that, like we're wasting energy. Because we feel guilty about it. We're always thinking about it like, oh, I got to do that thing, but I really don't want to do that thing. We stress out about it. It's a waste of energy to do that, especially if the thing doesn't matter, especially if you can do without it. If it's an obligation that like you have to do, then use a Libra day to do it. But if it's if it's something that like you're doing it just because you feel like you're supposed to, or you're doing it because somebody else told you to do it, and it's really not supporting your highest good, like it's literally draining energy out of you, let it go. Take it off of your scales and don't think about it. Or do it. It's probably going to take less time than you think it's going to. Check it off your list and feel that relief. Libra is about finding that relief and finding that balance that just makes everything okay. It smooths out all the rough edges. It smooths out, it slows the roller coaster. It's like Libra is meant to help you find balance. Remember, it's a Venus ruled planet. So it cares about fairness. It cares about your heart. It cares that everybody is supported and feels like they're being treated fair. So I don't know, this week kind of has a good feeling for it. I do kind of feel like with Mars heading back into Cancer and with this Cancer full moon that there might be heightened emotion. So like be aware of the things that trigger you and make you feel emotional, and make sure that you have things in place to take care of yourself, to re-regulate, to calm yourself down, to help you work through whatever that difficult emotion is. Remember, full moons highlight things, so it might bring something to your attention that you need to be aware of. And remember that anything and everything that you need to do to take care of yourself is a priority. You are number one. You are worthy of that self-care. You're worthy of it, plain and simple. Nobody else matters but you, first and foremost. Obviously, if you have people in your life that you're taking care of, yes, they matter too, but you have to make sure that you are okay first and foremost. Put your oxygen mask on first. And yeah, I don't know. I think the rest of the week just has this gibbous energy. This like there's a lot of energy here. Like we start off the week with self-care. Then you have the energy and the stamina to like get through the rest of the week. You're going to dress up and look your best on Tuesday and Wednesday. You're going to get things organized and you're going to get ahead of things and get ahead of schedule. You're going to make sure you have everything ready for work on Monday so that you can just chill out on the weekend, right? I originally was like, oh, Cancer, full moon, we need to use the Healing Waters deck. So I reach for a deck. I connect into this week's energy and pick a card for the collective for this week. And the Golden Children card comes up, which I'm like, oh, this is so perfect for a Cancer full moon week. And then I pull out the guidebook and I'm like, oh, whoops, this is the Starseed Oracle, not the Healing Waters Oracle. I mean, they're identical. And so I did pull a second card from the Healing Waters Oracle, but this is from the Starseed Oracle. So inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts are the themes for this card, which is why I kept it in today's reading because, it makes sense for a Cancer moon. So golden children, children of the sun, are highly advanced, extremely intelligent souls who are incarnating, increasing on planet Earth. They have little or no personal karma and possess incredible gifts and intuitive abilities. Interesting. So golden children are born with a very clear mission. Many remember it from a young age and begin answering and sharing it early in life. Due to their unique intelligence, they may find themselves easily bored at school. Most have never incarnated on Earth before, and so if they're not supported in the right ways, they struggle with physical life here. They're often referred to as the new humans. If you pull this card, it may be a sign that you're being called to mother, father, or nurture a child. You may be called to tend to your own inner child, a creative idea or project, or a new beginning. To treat yourself or the new beginning with sweet, tender love, to nurture and to nourish it, to give it every chance to grow and reach adulthood, to encourage it, to water it, to see the world through the innocence of a child, to remember that deep down, everyone is trying their best, and if they're treated with a tender heart, they'll not harden as the journey through this great adventure called life. Starseed Soul Inquiry: how can you treat yourself or others more tenderly? Perfect full moon in Cancer inquiry. Are you taking care of that little child within you? Are you taking care of the possible little golden children in your life? Or are you treating a creative project tenderly and gently? I feel kind of called out with that one because I hate I hate when my projects don't come out the way that I want them to. It drives me insane. And I might be guilty of being mean to my creative children. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel bad now. All right. So our water card here is Metamorphosis. Embrace transformation. Things are different now. So water, more than any other element, is very used to change. Like lobsters, which must shed their shells in order to grow when the conditions call for it, water transforms itself from liquid to solid and to gas. And while it may appear that the way we humans change is a little more subtle and slow than that, as ever-changing beings live in an ever-changing world, we're constantly transforming too. Every moment of every single day is an opportunity to embrace or resist change. When we embrace change, we embrace the intelligence of life. When we resist change, we resist the intelligence of life. Often, it's in the growth phase that we feel most uncomfortable. When we've outgrown our skin or our shell or our old way of being, it requires great courage to release what was for the chance to begin again. This is what it means to transform, and it's what this card is all about. It's time to embrace what's changing around and within you, and to see it as an opportunity for great transformation and growth. The Healing Waters activation is: I embrace the changes that are happening around and within me. I am ready to let them transform me. So I don't know. I had a couple thoughts reading through that. One of which is it's in the growth phase that we feel the most uncomfortable. And when we've outgrown our skin or our shell, Like, I relate to that feeling of, like, feeling like you just, like, need to, like, crawl out of your skin, like, it doesn't fit you anymore, like, it feels too tight and uncomfortable, like, the stupid meat suit, like, why doesn't it, like, move the way I want it to move? And just also kind of laughing a bit, like, haven't we been uncomfortable for, like, the last 4 years at least, at the very least? I think a lot of us have probably felt uncomfortable our entire lives, which is maybe going back to the golden children card of just feeling like you've never really belonged. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like when are we going to transform? And the thing that water teaches us is that like we have to surrender to it. We can stand there rigid like a rock and it's going to eventually wear us down like very slowly, or we can just like totally let go and free float in the current and the direction that we're being pulled and encouraged to follow. Guess what crystal we have for today? I will have you know, I just bought a bulk lot of honey calcite and I'm going to send some to everybody because hello, this is like the third or fourth time we've gotten honey calcite. I don't know why this happens with this deck, but I really it's got to be that somebody needs this stone. So honey calcite is known to heal the mother wound, which is this is a perfect stone for the Cancer moon. Maybe this crystal has been like leading us up to this full moon. It's a powerful partner in assisting you to release stuck energies so that you can heal and move forward with greater presence, ease, and forgiveness. This gem's nurturing vibration brings gentle protection, optimism, and insight. It activates the solar plexus chakra and promotes a smooth flow of energy throughout your body and spirit. The affirmation is I am held and healed. I release stuck energy and forgive with grace. I really feel like, I mean, I don't have honey calcite yet, but when I get it, I really feel like it will work well with morganite because morganite is heart healing and heals those like really deep, painful heart wounds, which I mean, a mother wound is a very deep and painful. I often wonder if you ever recover from mother wounds. Like it feels like very much like a Chiron kind of energy, like it's always there. And for those who have a mother wound, there is this need to really lean into Gaia and Earth and divine feminine, that the divine mother is protecting and supporting you. Because I have found that like my root chakra issues of like not feeling safe stem from mother wounds because she never felt safe. So, like, we think of masculine being protective and masculine being earth and masculine being root and protection and safety. Like, our root chakra is developed when we are babies, like, to feel like you are 100% safe and protected and that all of your needs are met when you can't make your own food, you can't build your own shelter when you're a baby. So if people didn't have that support and stability growing up, you might have difficulty with your root chakra. So I feel like root chakra issues can stem from the mother wound, I guess is what I'm saying. But they are also very closely related to solar plexus issues too, because it's like your mother is the one that's supposed to say like to like help you build confidence and to believe in yourself, which comes later in life. Solar plexus is adolescence, I think, because root is baby, sacral is child, when you're encouraged to like be creative. And I think solar plexus is a little bit older, like I don't know, like 10, 11. I'm not sure about that, but anyways, got honey calcite coming. Okay, maybe I doubt it'll be here before the full moon, but we'll see. All right, now we've got sacral. So we've got we've got water and we've got starseed, which I always kind of associate with crown chakra, and we've got solar plexus, and now we have sacral. Trust and surrender. Your fiery energy manifests in your expansive creativity. When you trust in your most authentic self, you are full of life and vibrant color. Surrender to your process and enjoy all that you birth into the world. Spend time in nature as a source of creative fuel. Even the flowers will speak to you about ideas for your expression if you let them. Again, this is a sacral chakra card. The crystal they recommend is orange calcite, very similar to honey calcite, and the herb is calendula. Calendula is one of my favorite flowers. It looks like it's in the marigold family, but it looks like a orange or yellowy orange daisy, and they're so beautiful. I love them so much. I used to be able to grow them, but I've been planting calendula seeds for the last 4 years and they don't grow. I don't know what happened. I fell out of calendula's graces. My ears are ringing. They're yelling at me. Okay, so holy moly. Do you think it's that oracle decks just use all of like a lot of the same colors, or do you think it's really meant to be that we have all the same colors in these cards? Blues and oranges and yellows. All right, so happy full moon in Cancer. Remember to do your dedication ritual or dedication to the moon ritual either this evening, Sunday evening, or Monday. I am so grateful to follow the moon with you in 2025. Thank you again so much to everybody that supported the undated version. Finally, the print on demand one is ready. Unfortunately, only the vertical one because I can't afford to do the other one. So if you are interested in the Just a Fades Moon Planner, the vertical undated version, that is available finally from the publisher. I'll link that in the description box below. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon. Happy full moon, everybody. All right. I feel like I should explain myself. I curled my hair last night, and the whole time I was doing it, I had that, what's that phrase that's like when you do something over and over again and you expect the same result, that is insanity. Is that how the phrase goes? I don't know. Anyway, so I was like putting my hair in rollers last night and I was like, why am I doing this? Like, I've done this a million times and it never works. I was literally like halfway, because you know, it like takes forever. And I was like halfway halfway done and I was just like, why am I even bother doing this? Like, why do I do this? Like, I've been doing it like since putting my hair in like a sleep-in roller since I was like a little kid and it like never works. But then like when I took them out today, I was like, oh, it worked. But it feels like it worked too much. I don't know. It feels like a lot. So I just felt like I needed to explain myself. I'm like, I've been wanting curly hair since I was a kid, and now I'm like, oh fuck, what do you do with it? Oh, yeah, okay. Anyways, back to the regularly scheduled program. My eyes are watering.